Mark Weeks, 52 Weeks Financial. All right, Mark, I've got a Social Security question for you that may be kind of random or not, but I hear people talking about how Social Security funds may run out when I retire. I'm 29,
right,
pushing 30. Is that true? How much validity is there to that statement?
So it is true that if nothing's done, the trust fund could run out by the year 2035.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but let's backfill that a little bit. Chances are, and probably that will not happen. What we've seen in the past is that the government stepped in and used to normal retirement age was 65. For you and I now, that's age 67. Wouldn't be surprised to see that move to age 70, even 72. The other piece is that there's only a certain amount of our income that's eligible to be taxed for Social Security.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what your generation, my generation, can anticipate is that we're going to continue to pay more taxes into the system on a larger amount of money. If Social Security just ended, about 40% of elderly Americans would fall below the poverty line. Now, that's telling in a couple of areas. One, we can't just rely on Social Security for our retirement. That has been done in the past. That's been a generational thing, and we just can't do that. So you have to have outside savings to go along with Social Security. Two, what that proves is that people just didn't save a lot in the past. It's a very unfortunate thing to be that reliant on Social Security. It really takes away a lot of the choices that you could have in your life.
Mm-hmm. Which is a perfect segue into an emergency fund question, because I hear people, my parents, I think everybody kind of preaches the idea of a rainy day fund, right? And an emergency fund, whatever you want to call it, an amount of money set aside in your savings for a certain amount of months, where if a catastrophe happens, if you get laid off, whatever, you've got a rainy day fund to be able to get you through that the unexpected parts of life. Do you have a rule of thumb, a standard on how much that should be?
My rule of thumb is 6 months of expenses, whatever it takes to run your household. You want to have that 6 months set aside. I think it's fine to have it in cash in the bank, whether it takes you $6,000 a month and that's $36,000 sitting in the bank, or whether it's $2,500 a month and that's $15,000. So you've been playing sports forever. I'm interested to hear what coach was the most motivational, and what did that look like?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think I've ever been asked that. I think the guy that I enjoyed playing the most for was my high school coach, Chip Lindsey, here in Marietta. I think that's the most fun I've ever had playing for a guy. He just made it fun. He made going to practice and the routine, and football's so different than basketball and baseball because you only get to play once a week, right? It's one of the rare sports that you practice more than you get to play. So you better really like the people you hang around with and go to meetings with, because it can get monotonous, And the winning is part of fun too. And, we had some success in high school, but for him, he made it the most fun. And high school's pure compared to college and pros. But I would say the most motivational guy I played for was probably my offensive coordinator at Georgia, Mike Bobo. And he was and it wasn't fake. He could really motivate. He was just a passionate dude. And, he played at Georgia and he coached at Georgia. So maybe it was different when he was coaching at Georgia than when he was at Colorado State or South Carolina. Now he's at Auburn. But he could give some pregame speeches that could make some, hair stand up on the back of your neck. But even just that, in your everyday life, he was extremely motivational. What that looked like, it wasn't exactly PG all the time either. But that is the guy that sticks out to me that could motivate anybody from any background, any walk of life. Hey, it's Hutson Mason here. Check out more with Mark Weeks of 52 Weeks Financial when we bring you more insight next week. And also check him out at 52weeksfinancial.com.